What's going on, everyone? Daniel here, and welcome to my spoiler review for the latest DC Cinematic Universe film. It is the fourth installment, and that is Wonder Woman. Going from Man of Steel to Dawn of Justice to Suicide Squad, now onto Wonder Woman. Make sure you have seen this film. Spoilers, 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 all the way. Go watch the film and then come back. We're going to be talking about it all, man. All the big moments, all the gritty moments. We're going in deep. We got pretty in deep. We're going pretty deep in detail and telling you what I really thought about them. I want to hear your thoughts on them. Did you like the third act? Did you enjoy the No Man's Land scene? Did you enjoy this? Do you think the team should have been a little bit more of this? I want to know your thoughts on the film, man. Anyway, before I get into this, I did see the film Wednesday night in regular 2D, and then I just saw it again Thursday night, June 1st, in IMAX 3D. So as of right now, I've only seen it 2 times. One in regular 2D and one in IMAX 3D. I do want to say it is awesome in IMAX 3D. It really is. If you have a chance to check it out in IMAX 3D, make sure you do. It's not the best superhero film in IMAX 3D. I still think Doctor Strange was a pretty high level for IMAX 3D. But it's still enjoyable in IMAX 3D, and you still do get a little effect out of it, and a little cool scenes here and there, man. But we're gonna go. I'm not gonna go in order for Wonder Woman. I'm not gonna be like in the beginning, blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna go to the most stuff I really want to talk about, and then kind of go more downer into the regular basic stuff of a spoiler review. So we're gonna talk about Ares and the fight with Wonder Woman, all that really in the beginning, and then we'll just go more down and down. So anyway. I got this poster at IMAX in my IMAX showing, which is really cool. You have Wonder Woman's, the person who trained her, Robin Wright, and then you have the mom, and then you have her in the middle, which is pretty cool. So anyway, that's the Wonder Woman poster there. So let's kind of go ahead and get started here. First off, I do want to say this is my favorite DC Cinematic Universe film. I thought Man of Steel was okay. It's not a film that I really want to go back and watch because it is slow. It is really boring. He kills Zod at the end. There you go. You know what I mean? He kills Zod. He has a beard in the beginning. There you go. Man of Steel. Boom. Batman v Superman's a film I could always go back and watch. I saw it 3 times in theaters, and I saw it 2 times on Blu-ray. I own Blu-ray, and I saw it 2 times there in the Ultimate Cut. So I've seen it a total of 5 times. It's a film I could always go back and watch because I enjoy the film very much. It's not a great film. It has great moments and historic moments in there, but it has problems. Not as many. Well, yeah, a lot of plot holes for sure. But I can always go back and watch that. And then Suicide Squad, I saw it 3 times in theaters, and I have it on Blu-ray. I haven't even touched it yet, really, honestly. Suicide Squad is always another film that's like, I could always watch it, but then again, I don't want to watch The Enchantress at all. That was really fucking stupid. Squid. Anyway, now on to Wonder Woman, which is, again, my favorite DC Cinematic Universe film. It has very few problems. It does have its problems, but nothing too huge, nothing of a big mess. It's a very enjoyable film, it is a really well-made film. It's wonderful. The action is top-notch. Patty Jenkins did an awesome job on there, so I salute you, Patty Jenkins, and the team at Warner Bros., the whole crew that worked on this film. You guys really just up the ante, man. From the action to how beautiful. Themyscira is a very beautiful setting. Really beautiful, I swear, just on the screen. And bringing the gods to life, Zeus and Ares and that storyboard, it brings it all to life, and it's so fun to watch. Even the second viewing, you just dive more deeper into it, and you look at the smaller details. Even the London, and I love World War I, I love World War II, I love Vietnam. I love those settings in movies, especially with Kong Skull Island and Vietnam. I love the settings of the war. And World War I is something that doesn't come every single week. We have Dunkirk coming up, but I'm saying World War I, it's a fantastic time to set a film, a period piece, and it works very well because it's realistic in here. Not to a sense of there is a Hacksaw Ridge, mind you, World War II Hacksaw Ridge, but it's not like, you know how gruesome it is, but it doesn't necessarily show it. But it's a natural reaction. It's Wonder Woman's reaction that is so natural, and you believe it because it's so true. From what a demigod or a god would react to for her point of view. So I do want to kind of get into those of how beautiful this movie is from the look, and just from a character's point of view. It is very beautiful to see her react to the world, and so naturally. So anyway, I want to get into the no man's land scene where she ends up telling Steve, like, no, I'm gonna go up there and, I'm gonna kick some ass. And she used her shield and everything, the Amazonian shield, and all the guys just rallied around her. These are the moments. There were about 4 or 5 moments in this film where I teared up. Now, I tried to push the tears out. I really did. They never really came out, but I got watery-eyed. I really wanted to cry a lot more, but I just couldn't push myself. But I ended up getting tears because it was amazing to see this. It's like, look at what I'm watching. This is it, man. Like, you just don't get this from any trailer. I mean, this is a huge moment going on. And I take this shit seriously, man. DC and Marvel, superhero films, I live for them, man. I love them. I'll see them all the time. This is my thing I love to do. And sitting down and actually watching Wonder Woman kick ass on the big screen, I mean, owning this shit, man. World War I, freaking taking all the Germans out. How fast she does it, how cool she does it, the slow-mo, the twist, the turns. It is absolutely extraordinary and some of the best action I've ever seen in a superhero film. I'm not saying that just to, I'm jumping on the hype train, I'm just going to say it to say it. No, I fucking love the action in this film. And the no man's land scene, the whole sequence, from the actual field to the town and saving the town, from the lasso of truth, using the sword to her actual fist and her legs and the shield, and I mean destroying that bell tower where the sniper was at. It's absolutely insane because this journey, it doesn't really skip a beat. It really follows everywhere she goes, every step it takes. It's not like okay, we're gonna go to this place, and then it cuts to another thing, and then she's at that place. You kind of follow her whole journey. Everywhere she goes, it's kind of a little beep, 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 beep. Little. You follow her in a line. It doesn't really cut, and then she's 100 miles away. You really follow her on this journey, and that's something that I really love. As in, say, Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Logan, and I really, really do enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. They're all really fun superhero films this year, but I don't think Spider-Man Homecoming is just gonna, and I have a Marvel wall. I don't have a DC wall, man. I have a Marvel wall. But I'm saying I don't think Spider-Man Homecoming is just gonna follow him, and then like the next day he'll be at school, and then a few days later he'll be at Aunt May's. It's not gonna follow the journey of every step of the way that Wonder Woman just did. So I'm just saying something how that's unique for superhero films to actually follow them on this complete journey within a few days, and it's just the pacing is well, there are a few slow scenes, don't get me wrong, and there are jokes that I just don't care for. That's something that got me. I didn't really laugh. I laughed at a few things, but not like Sausage Party, like I'm laughing my ass off. Nothing like that. Like there were those jokes with Steve and everything like above average and stuff, but I just don't get, like, Zeus made me. Well, that's neat. I don't laugh at that. I just didn't laugh at it. Everyone else is laughing at it. I get it, the joke. I just don't. It doesn't make me laugh. So I didn't really laugh during the film at all. It was more like, oh wow, yeah. It was more of those reactions. The Ares fight. Let's go really more in depth there. David Thewlis, I'm just going to call him David. He is a fantastic actor. He's currently the villain in Fargo Season 3. He plays Ares. I absolutely love the armor. I love the look. I love the fire everywhere. It did kind of turn into, like, did Zack Snyder direct this scene? It really did turn into one of those, and I get why some people don't like it. I absolutely love the third act because you sit through this whole 2.5 hour film and you get to the last 10 minutes, the last 15 minutes. And for me, I will gladly go and spend money at the theater just to see that third act again. And even though it's so short, the battle is so short, and I wish it would have went at least like 5 minutes longer at least, it is so freaking fun. And it is so intense because Wonder Woman's getting her ass kicked. And then right now you have Steve going in the gas plane, and Steve is about to sacrifice himself, and that's where the emotions kick in, because once he gives her that watch, the tears start flowing, and it gets really emotional, and the music starts to kick in, and she could barely hear, and he's like, "It is futile for you to think that you defeat me, Wonder Woman." And then, like, Steve is just going up in the air, and I think at that moment when she's looking, it should be like, "And I will always love you." You know what I'm saying? They should have done that music, honestly. I think it would have been pretty funny. Everyone would be like... Anyway, so... And then, all of a sudden, I don't watch Dragon Ball Z anymore, but I think it's called Super Saiyan or something. She goes Super Saiyan, like, wow! And she just... It looked weird, though, because it looks like she wasn't running at all. It looks like she was just, like, on some treadmill, and she was like... And I looked stupid doing it, but that's how she looked. It was still badass, though, don't get me wrong. I'm like, holy shit, like, oh yeah, like, I'm like, whoa. And it's going crazy, it really is. It's a badass moment, and all Ares is doing is like, yes, destroy them. And then all of a sudden, like, he just gets defeated. She's like, and that's kind of it, really. So I get why some people wouldn't like the final battle, but I loved it. And yeah, there are flaws to it, but it's still one of those where I'll always go back to that third act and be like, fuck, look at this. And then the Danny Houston, the other German general, the one that she thought was Ares, that was still a pretty intense fight. The kick that she did, the slow-mo kick, and then he ends up falling out of the wall. Whoever the choreography guy is that did this film, thank you. You did an awesome job. And the stunts, the Amazon warriors on Themyscira, all fantastic. This is some of the best stunts I've ever seen in a superhero film, honestly. Hands down, amazing stunts that you guys did. So kudos to you, man. Very, very, very entertaining. I do want to say, though, there's that one where Ares does reveal to Wonder Woman that, you know, right when he's like, oh my dear, and he ends up saying something to this, I wrote it down, he ends up saying, it was so bad acting from Gal Gadot, because Gal Gadot's an okay actress, she's not amazing, she's awesome as Wonder Woman, but her acting is not like 10 out of 10, give her an Oscar. But he's like this, oh my dear, you are the God Killer, and she's like, you lie. And it was so bad. Honestly, even seeing it a second time, I'm like, oh my god. It's just the way she says it. I think she ends up getting the lasso of truth, and she grabs him and she's like, you lie. And I'm just like, god damn, when did you turn into a Hispanic? I'm Hispanic. I'm saying, like, that's how she sounded. You lie. Stop lying. You know, like, and I'm like, what the it really was bad, the way she said it. I'm like, was that just one take? Did you guys just do one? You lie. Fuck is that? Anyway, I thought that was pretty bad. That was the only, like, horrible thing I really saw from... I like the words. I know some people say it's cheesy words, like futile and other stuff. It's a fucking superhero film. I don't expect it to be like The Revenant and with dialogue, or Fences with Denzel Washington, you know. Yeah, sir, I got the mail last night. You know, I just don't expect it to be like that. I expect it just to be like, I'm the bad guy. Well, I'm the good guy. Or a good girl, and then they fight, and that's it. We all knew she was going to win. Other than that, I mean, I have a lot more to go through. Dr. Poison, very underused character, very underused. I think she does have a future in the Wonder Woman sequels. Hopefully she was kept alive at the end. I don't know why Ares just didn't, like, and then, like, killed her or something. Honestly, the actress who plays her is very beautiful, by the way. I looked at the actress. She's 41 years old. She's very beautiful, and I wanted her to have a big role, but the role she did, her eyes, that was everything you need. The way when the guys were dying in the room, and she was like, and she's like looking with her eyes, and then the glass is breaking, and she's all like, she's just fixated with it, she's crazy for it. It was fantastic. I really wish Dr. Poison should have had a larger role in this film, because she was awesome. I don't drink, and the way she talks too sounds like she's an old smoker who's had fucking poison on her face. I don't drink. Well, maybe you would like a glass of beer. I don't. That's my German accent. Anyway, honestly, Dr. Poison, And the prosthetics and the look, that a lot of people had that back in the day in World War One when they got their faces burnt and shit like that. So again, even the World War One setting, the costumes, the designs, and again how beautiful this film is. You go from a colorful world to a dark and gritty film because mostly 40% of the film is colorful, and then the rest of it's very dark. It's from a dreamland, from fantasy to reality, is what it really is. You live in this fantasy because you're a demigod. This is your world, but welcome to the real world, the actual man's world. Not going to say man or woman. I'm saying, but this is a man's world. Just because it's World War One and everyone was weird against women. A woman inside the courtroom. Oh, crazy. These guys back in the day. Fucking idiots. Diana's costume, the way that she had it in Themyscira, again, and it was weird because it's about 40 minutes into the film, 50 minutes into the film, maybe almost an hour into the film until we fully see her in the No Man's Land scene with the costume on. But it's well worth it because, again, No Man's Land scene was one of the best scenes in there. But the Themyscira, again, the costume, and actually seeing her in the Themyscira island, the look of it, it's again a very beautiful island. The rocks, the ocean, everything about it is so beautiful. So I'm very happy about that, how we got to see her in a different outfit and the way she usually looks and how she grew up as well. How cute was young Diana Prince? How cute was young Wonder Woman, like the 8-year-old little girl, and she's like, "Hello, mommy. How are you today?" Everybody, even in my first showing when I saw it on Wednesday and then Thursday, everyone just laughs at it. They're like, "Oh," because it's cute. A young Diana, like a young Wonder Woman, she's like, "How are you today, mommy?" And she's so cute. It's like, oh, I wish my daughter was like this. My daughter doesn't say, "Hi, how are you doing today?" She's like, "Fuck off, I'm gonna play my Xbox." That's how daughters are usually today. So, the difference, man. Again, Danny Houston's amazing. David Thewlis is amazing. All the actors in this film were believable. Every actor who played a certain role was believable, and you bought it because I thought Danny Houston was Ares the entire time. From the trailers, I thought he was Ares, and he's so believable, especially when he gets all. It's so fucking believable, and you believe him. And then when the twist comes, the twist didn't get me, like where I was like, "Oh my god!" It really didn't get anyone in the theater because they already kind of suspected it when he started helping out and everything. And so I didn't really see it coming, but again, I wasn't shocked by it. I was like, "Oh, he's the villain." Okay, no real fun reaction, really. Anyway, Steve's team. First off, Chris Pine did an awesome job as well. His reactions were very natural, so that was something fun, kind of like the audience's reaction as well as what he was. He was kind of like the audience. He's like us and we're like him, something like that. So Steve's team, honestly, I liked all of them. I liked Chief. I liked the guy that was drunk. I liked the guy who was supposed to be an actor, but he's brown. That's what he said. I like the team, and it does very remind me of Captain America, the First Avenger, because it is set in a world war, even though it's not World War II. And it's not really copying the First Avenger, but I wouldn't even say borrowing. I'm not saying that they're copying the Captain America, the First Avenger. But what's weird is my favorite Marvel film, one of my favorite Marvel films, is the First Avenger, Captain America. And then you go to this, and it's my favorite DCU film. Something about the World War setting, and something about that time, and being alive, and just everything about it, how gritty it is. It really does work. So I'm very happy about that. Steve's team was awesome. I don't think they were as awesome as the first Avengers team in Captain America. But I wish we could see more of them. I don't know if we're ever going to see them again in a sequel. Maybe down the line. Maybe they're older. Maybe she visits them. I'm pretty sure they're all dead by the day Dawn of Justice happens. But who knows? Maybe in the sequel it'll be set in the 50s or something. I have no idea. That would be interesting to see. So Steve's team was very enjoyable. Steve's death scene. I was kind of hoping Steve Trevor wouldn't die, but then of course, why? You have an actor like Chris Pine, and then you kill him off. That's the smartest thing to do, right? So it's kind of sad. I don't think Steve Trevor's going to end up making a return in anything. Maybe a dream sequence or hallucination in the future. But it still was very emotional, and it did get me very much, even in the second viewing. Again, from the way he was like, I love you, and then he walks like, I wish we had more time, and she's like, what are you saying? You lie. Like, I can do it, whatever you're doing. And he's like, and stay here with Ares? Fuck no. I wonder if he actually got it in the sack before he died. Remember they started kissing? I doze off during that scene, honestly, because it's so long. He's like looking at her, and then he closes the door, and then he looks at her, and then he goes towards her, and then they start kissing, and it's just such a slow scene. I get it, they kiss, and she didn't even drink her beer, did she? Is it supposed to be because the little girl looks at her, and she's like, she's drinking beer. Did she really not drink the beer? Because I bet she didn't drink the beer because of that. The director was like, little girls look at her, they're not going to see her drink beer. Then why offer her the beer in the first place? You could have just took that scene out. Why didn't she drink the beer? I'd be like, you're not going to drink that? You know what I mean? Anyway. I'm being real here. And what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the sex scene. I wonder if he actually hit it. I'm just saying, like, don't you think his dick would... never mind, I'm not going to get into it. I'm sorry. Wouldn't you think it just wouldn't be... I mean, she's in Amazon. Don't you think they would be, like, really... anyway. You would think that he... I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. I wonder if he ended up... Maybe. I guess not. Maybe she had a baby and then it died. Who knows? I guess not. I guess they're not going to explore that. But anyway, Steve's death, though, it was very dramatic, and again, I still like the way that they did it, and then she went Super Saiyan after that, so that was pretty cool. And I think that's kind of it. The Wonder Woman getting mad again, like I said, especially that kind of Superman callback, Christopher Reeves in a way, where she ends up capturing that bullet and it goes into Chris Pine's hand and all that. I mean, a lot of the scenes that she did, she used a lot. She used her fist, she used her legs, she used the lasso of truth, she used the sword, she used the shield, she used everything that she could, man. Wonder Woman has to be, for me, I mean, let's go against Superman and Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman could kick Superman's ass, honestly, because she really kicked a lot of people's asses, and she proved her strength. She has to be one of the most powerful Justice League members. Powerful than Aquaman, powerful than Cyborg, most likely powerful than Batman and the Flash, because she is fucking awesome. And I'm very happy that we finally got the Wonder Woman film. I'm glad it's such a huge success. That was basically it, guys. That was mostly my spoiler review. I kind of went through all the big stuff there. I'm happy with the Ares fight. I'm kind of sad that we may not see Chris Pine again, but then again, I think his character did serve a good purpose there. I know a lot of people are also talking about that love is kind of the thing that Wonder Woman got out of it, and she got all angry and, my only love and stuff. Honestly, I felt like we should have had more time to develop their little relationship that they had, because I felt like they were only together for just like 3 days or something. Maybe that was it. They really didn't have much time at all when you think about it. There's really no explanation how many days they spent. But still, I felt like if we could have saw more of Chris Pine and her together and a little bit more scenes, a little bit more development, that would have been more nice. But it's still, a lot of them had great chemistry together, and Gal Gadot just works so well with all the others. Charlie, I think, and again, all the reactions, and she's like, oh, well, who's going to sing? And he's like, sing, little lassie, sing. And then he ends up still singing when they're on the on the road with the horses and stuff. So it's very natural. It's very funny. Not the full film, but then again, you just have those badass moments with the villains and then Ares and some things. I really think my only complaint is most of the scenes that are very... like the fight scenes with Ares and some of the scenes with Dr. Poison, they could have been more extended. They could have been more longer. We could have had more time with the characters. That's about it. And as well, that stupid, you lie. Other than that, man, I have no other problem with this film. I really enjoyed it so much, and I think I haven't really gave it a score yet, but I do want to give it somewhere between a middle of an 8 out of 10, like an 8.5, somewhere around there. It's a very enjoyable film. Logan's still an amazing film. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is still a really good film. But so far, Wonder Woman is my favorite film in the DCU, and it's my favorite film this year so far, as in superhero films. Can Spider-Man Homecoming defeat it? We're going to have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for watching this, man. If you enjoyed, make sure to comment down below. Tell me your thoughts on my spoiler review and what you thought about the film. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? You could also like, comment, share, and hit that subscribe button. My back's killing me already, guys. I gotta go. Until next time, bye-bye.